This is a walkthrough for creating and editing playlists in the Music app for iPhone. We're going to start by opening the Music app. That is a reddish orange icon with some musical notes inside of it. I'm going to open the Music app, and I am now in the search section of the Music app. That is where I happen to be. Yours might look a little different when you open it up. It depends where you were last in that app. I can tell I'm in the search section by looking in two different places. In the top left corner, the word search is there. That is labeling this entire page as search. But I can also see across the bottom of my screen, there are a few tabs. This is the main menu of the Music app. That is very common in a lot of apps. So what I'm looking at down at the bottom is the words home, new, radio, library, and search. So I happen to be on search this time. You may be in a different section. We want to go to the library tab. We go to the library tab because that is where you go to see playlists you already have. And if you create a new playlist or save a playlist that has been created for you, then this is where they're going to live whenever you save them. So across the top of this screen, I have a couple different ways to look at my music. For me, that very first one is the word playlists. I can also browse my music by artists, albums, songs, and a few other things. These are in the library, songs that I have saved in the past to my library. So I'm going to go to playlists because I want to create a brand new playlist. So I need to start there in playlists. Now, up in the top right corner, I have a few different icons. One of those is a plus button. Now, on the iPhone, if you see a plus button, that indicates you're going to add something new. Since I'm looking at playlists, that plus button tells me that I'm going to be adding a new playlist. And that's exactly what I want to do. So I'm going to tap on plus, and that will add a new playlist. Now, this is currently a blank playlist without a title. You can see the words playlist title are in the very center of the screen, and it brought up a keyboard and a cursor in that section. So that means it wants me to type in the playlist title. I'm going to type favorite Beatles songs. That is the new playlist I'm going to create. And then in the top left and top right corners, I have two orange buttons, two reddish buttons. I have cancel on the top left and create in the top right. So I'm going to create this new playlist, and here I have my empty playlist. Now it has some suggested songs down here, which is very kind, but I'm going to be adding my own picks. Now you can see another plus button on the left side of the screen, sort of in the middle. And this time it even tells us what we would be adding with that plus button. In this case, we're going to be adding music. So I'm going to tap on that plus button, and now I get a place where I can add a bunch of new music. Now near the top, you can see it says artists, songs, lyrics, and more. In that search bar, I can tell that is a dark gray search bar because on the left side of it, there is a magnifying glass. Anytime you see a magnifying glass in a darkish bar like that, that is a search bar. So I'm going to tap inside of that, and it brings up my keyboard, and I can immediately start searching. I'm going to search for help. And now I can see, if I scroll down just a little bit, there are a lot of songs entitled Help. But the one that I'm looking for is, of course, the song Help by the Beatles. Now, if I were to tap on the title or the album artwork of that song, it would begin playing the song, and it will give me a preview of the song. That can be helpful if I want to make sure it's actually the song that I'm looking for. But I don't want to do that. I know that's the song I'm looking for, so instead I just want to add it to my playlist. And what symbol do we think of when we think of the word add? It's the plus button. And on the right side of that song, I have a plus button. I'm going to tap that, and now it's a check mark, meaning that it has in fact been added to my playlist. Now, in the top right, I could hit done, and that would mean that I have only added one song to my playlist. I don't really want to do that. I actually want to hit the cancel button up there to cancel my search. Now that I've canceled my search, I'm back to this sort of basic addition section of adding new songs to my playlist. There are some songs that it is suggesting down here that I could add. One of those is Get Back. I love that song. I'm going to tap the plus button to add that one. Let's see. I don't see any others that I really want. There's some songs by George Harrison, some other songs from that time frame, Paul McCartney. I'm actually going to search for one more song by tapping in the search bar. I'm going to type Yesterday. There it is. First one up by the Beatles. I'm going to tap the plus button to add that song now. And that is all I will add for the moment. So now that I'm done, I have the done button in the top right corner. I'm going to tap that and it will show me the 3 songs that I've added to my playlist. This is now a done playlist. I could tap the play button and it would begin playing that first song. Now from here, I could continue adding, but I want to kind of reset. I'm going to go back to the first screen of my phone. I'm going to go back to the home screen. I want you to see now that we've added a new playlist, I want to show you how you can find and edit a playlist that has already been created. So I'm going to go back to my music app, and I'm in the library section at the moment, which is exactly where I want to be, and I can go to playlist. And I could scroll through here and find that playlist, or I could just type up here in the search bar. Again, that little magnifying glass on the left side of that search bar tells me that it is a search bar. And I'm going to type Beatles, and there's Fave Beatles right up at the top. I've tapped on that, and now I can see that Beatles playlist again. That is how I found that playlist once more. Now, at the bottom of this playlist, if I scroll all the way to the bottom, I can see I can add more music to this playlist. And then if I were to do that, it takes me right back to the add screen. I could search, or I could use suggested songs. I'm not going to do that right now. Instead, I actually want to put the song Yesterday at the top of this playlist. I want that song to be first. And I want to delete the song Help. I want to remove that from my playlist. So in the top right corner of this playlist, of this whole screen, I can see there are some ellipses, those 3 dots in the very top right corner. I'm going to tap that, and it gives me a menu of options, a whole bunch of options, but the first option is the one I want. It's Edit. I'm going to tap Edit, and now I can change the title of this song, and I can change what the album artwork looks like for this song, or rather the artwork for the playlist looks like. And then I could come in here, and if I check this little checkbox next to the song I want to delete, you can see what lights up on the bottom left corner of the screen is a trash can. So I'm going to tap that trash can, and now it will allow me to delete that one song that I've checked. Now, it deleted that song from my playlist, but if I have that song in my library anyway, it has not deleted that song from my library. That song is still in my library right now. Now, I also want the song Yesterday to be the first song in my playlist. So right now, if you look at the far right side of the screen, there are 3 lines, 3 little grippy lines over there. That's meant to indicate something you can grab onto. It's sort of a grippy handle. So I'm going to grab hold of that on the song Yesterday, and I can move that up to the top and let it go, and that is now the first song in my playlist. So in the top left and top right corners, we see those red buttons again, cancel and done. I want to save the changes I've made, so I'm going to tap done. And now I'm down to 2 songs. I've deleted the song Help, and I have moved the song Yesterday to the top of my playlist. So that is how you add a new playlist to your Apple Music library, and it is how you edit a playlist that is already in your Apple Music library.